Morning, HPC. It isn't enough to believe in God. Most people believe there is a divine something, even if they don't believe in the glorious God of the scriptures. Pharaoh in Exodus chapter 8 believed there was a God, even as he bitterly opposed him and his plans. In James chapter 2, we're told that demons believe in God and they shudder. So belief in God is not sufficient. When God reveals his name to Moses, he says, I am who I am. And he isn't just saying, I exist. He's saying, I matter. Take notice of this fact. In fact, he's saying, reorientate your thinking and your life around this central fact, I am. All of this is in the context of Moses being given a seemingly impossible task. But he's saying to God, I need to be foremost, Moses, in your mind, in your thinking. I need to be the all-consuming reality of your life if you are to be able to carry out the task that I've called you to. Moses, you'll remember, had been brought up in the court of Pharaoh, and he had become embroiled in I suppose we'd call it a liberation movement. He had sought to release from captivity the Hebrew people. He'd done it on a very small scale, but he had killed an Egyptian overseer and buried him in the sand, an Egyptian overseer who'd been oppressing God's people. On being discovered, he had fled from Pharaoh for his life and gone to live in the desert, where he encounters Yahweh, the God who says, I am who I am. And that name is to impress upon Moses the significance and seriousness of the God who is with him, because he's about to, well, for want of a better word, he's about to march into the Oval Office and demand that in the name of this God, that the president stop using petrol in his country. Can you imagine how that would go down? Well, that's what Moses is told to do. Go and see Pharaoh and say, let my people, let the foundation, the bedrock of your economy go. And even as he's standing in front of this tyrannical dictator, Moses is to be amazed by, Moses is to have impressed in his mind that I am is with him. Not the fear of what will happen, but the significance of being accompanied by the ever present I am, God. I am is significant, isn't it? Because God doesn't say I was. Back in the day, I started everything off. I kicked creation into being. But now I've just sort of faded from view. I've taken a backward step. People are no longer really aware of what I do, if I do anything. And they only really remember me when they find one of those plaques stuck onto the underside of something I've created, saying this object was created by the great I was. And God doesn't say my name is I will be. He doesn't say I'm a little bit shadowy. I'm keeping myself to myself, but one day there will be a big reveal at the end. The curtain will go up and everyone will realize that the world in which they've been living and moving and having their being is all down to me. And then they'll be sorry because they've been living as if I'm a nobody when in fact I'm the end point of history. No, he says, I am. I am fully present at all points in history, beginning and end. I am. I'm there. I'm present. I'm acting. I'm with my people. We experience time like the frames of a film. In a film, or in an old film. Sorry, now films are digital, aren't they? In an old film, you had to have the frames of the roll of film passing through the gate, through the projector, so that it would project that film onto the screen. And having projected on those films need to move through, as it is it 32 frames a second? I can't quite remember. But the point being that makes the film move, and we see time like as one frame after another as it comes past one frame, and then another, and then another, and we are present in that frame, and then it's gone. And then the next one comes, and we are present in that frame. Not so God. If you like, God has opened the can of film, and all of the film lies stretched before him on the bench, and he is present with the first frame and the last frame and the frame in the middle, all at the same time. He's the great I am. It's encouraging. It's encouraging because it means whatever you are doing today, if you're a Christian, God is present with you. He is the great I am. Your God is there. At the beginning of your life, he was there. As you grew up, as you sat your exams, as we eventually return to work, to school, to a more normal life, God is with us. As Christians in other countries stand trial for their lives, God is with them. As we face our death, God is with us. The great I am is with them. Enjoy that truth today.